Okay, so I did just lose acceleration on the freeway. You saw it just happen right there for a second when those two red lights came on up at the top. But then it went off, so now I have acceleration again. And what's remaining on is the brake light on the lower right next to the D for drive, and then the traction thing above the temperature. So I'm gonna keep filming while I'm driving, which is going to be illegal in 4 days. And we had wondered if there was something about the angle at which the car was being driven, because when it happened last week, I was driving uphill the whole time. There it goes again. And now it goes off again. So it's losing acceleration and then getting it back. Which did not happen last week. Once I lost acceleration, it did not come back on. Having said that, I also was pretty quick to just turn the car off when it happened last week, so maybe it would have regained acceleration if I would have left it running. Okay. Can you text Dad? That Mom's having the problem with the car again. Yeah. He probably won't get it while we're driving here through the valley, but okay. Hopefully this will be useful to Danny. Oh, there it went off again. And now I'm uphill. See, it's a good thing Dad wanted to drive the Jeep. Okay. Turn it off, turn it back on. And now we're good to go. And those two lights went off too.
Why is he still back there? Maybe he's responding. There he goes.
So that was weird, because that time it did not turn itself back on. And we have full tank of gas this time, which we did not have last week. We had an almost empty tank of gas, which we thought that might somehow be entering into it, but apparently not. What's today? Is Friday?
Yeah.
So Danny won't see this till Monday. Did Dad respond to you?
No, not yet.
We've got 2 stop signs between here and home, and a lot of downhill. Starting after this stop sign, it's downhill for like 2 miles. This is where I normally would do my flying lap, but there's no time for that nonsense today. I mean, I'll kind of do it. Hopefully this is really going to be helpful to Danny. I would think seeing it happen would help. I'm gonna turn on the defroster. this is downhill. It hasn't happened. The first time it happened 5 minutes ago, it was also downhill. So I don't think there's anything about uphill versus downhill. And Dad had a theory too that maybe at some point I had driven over a slick of ice in the road that somehow triggered the anti-traction function, and that screwed everything up. But there has been none of that in tonight's drive. Everything's very dry. Oh, actually, one more stop sign than I had remembered. For context, we were at Casa Bonita earlier tonight, and we're coming home from the weirdest thing I've ever done in my life. The other stop sign, and now it's just about a mile to the house. This first little bit is downhill, and then the rest of it is uphill. Pretty decently uphill for the rest of the ride home. A little bit of flat. They had picked up the trash, Edward?
I think so, yeah.
What do you mean you think so?
I didn't check, but it wasn't super heavy.
Oh.
It's usually like noticeably heavy.
This is the stint in my neighborhood where it happened 4 or 5 times from this point to the point I got to my driveway. Okay, that's enough.